This year we get to see life on the outside more. It's a different vibe. Why did you think it was important to show Emily adjusting to life on the outside?
Emily's story is really the story of June, the future of June. That, you know, what Emily is going through, June's going to have to go through at some point. So I think it's just an extension. I try to be super simple about this stuff. It's an extension of Gilead is within you. That when you get out of Gilead, Gilead doesn't get out of you. It's a lot longer process. And honestly, it came from our conversations with the UN about how it really was for refugees.
And I have one follow-up question to that. Emily's story, very hopeful, also heartbreaking. What kind of conversations did you have with Alexis about her character's journey?
Working with Alexis, we had many conversations about her character's journey. We had many conversations at the beginning, and she is such a light touch, and it's so beautiful. But I think that really, our conversations were very practical about what the psychological effects of that kind of relocation would be, and she connected directly with our people at the UN and had long conversations with them about specifically moment by moment what you go through. But I think what it ended up being is it was, Alexis and Clea working out what it would be like to be this couple. And they're spectacular, and the way that they do it on their own, I would never get in the way of. It turns out so beautifully.
Did you think it was important to show Emily living life on the outside and what that was like?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, Emily's journey to freedom is a unbelievably dramatic journey. And it's Emily with baby Nicole. And that's informed by our UN consultants. The experience of being a refugee. From the moment she comes up soaking wet on a very cold night in November, in Canada, by the way, when she comes up on that shore, we have a guy with a gun, right? Who immediately his first move is to wrap her in a Mylar blanket, give her protection, that all comes from knowledge of our UN consultants.
Emily's story is hopeful, but it's also quite heartbreaking. What kind of conversations did you have with Alexis about Emily's journey?
Well, Alexis has amazing instincts. And you're right, it is a story that's filled with hope. But one of the things we learned from our UN consultants is it's not flipping a switch. Just because you're in Little America, just because you're in the land of the free, it's not instantaneous like, let's dance. So first being told physically that she is fine. She needs to accept that information. And then she also has to seal herself and emotionally prepare for maybe now I can make a phone call. I can call my wife. Okay. We wept when that was shot. And Alexis works with such nuance. So it's small, it's an intimate performance. And then we look at it in editing and we're like, oh my God, like this is monumental. And the camera captures her so well, and she delivers. So there's power, there's impact, and there is hope. And Emily's journey, in some ways, follows what June's journey is. June's journey in year 3 is about others. It's getting beyond survival for June and her children, and what it becomes is how to help others, become a part of the resistance, and go underground, join the Martha Network, all of those things. So Emily also has to not only emotionally open up to her family, connect with her family, but then it becomes, well, here I am, there must be more to do.